welcome into another day and another lesson in A Course in Miracles. Yesterday, we were at lesson 37, that your holiness blesses the world. That your holiness blesses the world. Such a beautiful lesson, and today we are moving into lesson 38, that there is nothing that your holiness cannot do. There is nothing that your holiness cannot do. And so before we get into that lesson, let's just spend just a minute or two getting into this present moment that you're dedicating to your practice, to going through these lessons. So I want to ready ourselves and also acknowledge yourself for showing up, making the time and making the space. Just breathing in. And breathing out. Allowing the breath to bring you into this moment as you place your full attention and just breathing in and letting the breath go. Taking a few more breaths here as you allow all other thoughts and distractions to gently fade into the distance as you bring your full attention to this moment where there is nothing that your holiness cannot do. Breathing that in, there is nothing that your holiness cannot do. Last breath here. Let's get into this beautiful lesson that there is nothing that your holiness cannot do. Your holiness, your innocence, your light reverses all the laws of the world. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. Your holiness is totally unlimited in its power because it establishes you as a child of God, at one with the mind of your Creator. Through your holiness, the power of God, the power of love is made manifest. Through your holiness, the power of God is made available. And there is nothing the power of God cannot do. Your holiness then can remove all pain. Your holiness can end all sorrow. Your innocence can solve all problems. And it can do so in connection with yourself and with anyone else. So this is talking about your pain or someone else's pain, your sorrow and another person's sorrow, your problems and anyone else's problems. It is equal in its power to help anyone because it is equal in its power to save anyone. If you are holy, so is everything God created. You are holy because all things God created are holy. And all things God created are holy because you are holy. In today's exercise, we will apply the power of your holiness to all problems, difficulties, or suffering in any form that you happen to think of, in yourself or in someone else. We will make no distinctions because there are no distinctions between you or someone else. In the 4 longer practice periods, each preferably to last a full 5 minutes. Repeat the idea for today. Close your mind and search for any sense of loss or unhappiness of any kind as you see it. Try to make as little distinction as possible between a situation that is difficult for you and one that is difficult for someone else. Identify the situation specifically and also the name of the person concerned. So use this form in applying the idea for today. In this situation in which I see myself, there is nothing that my holiness cannot do. Right? So if that's in this situation involving my job, involving money, involving physical health, involving emotional loss, anything, right? There is nothing that my holiness cannot do. And then also in this situation involving whoever it is, in which that person sees themselves, there is nothing that my holiness cannot do, right? So in this situation involving whatever, you have a friend or loved one, or maybe even macro lens it and do it to the world, in which so-and-so sees themselves, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. From time to time, you may want to vary this procedure and add some relevant thoughts of your own. You might like, for example, to include thoughts such as, there is nothing my holiness cannot do because the power of God lies in it. Introduce whatever variations appeal to you, but keep the exercises focused on the theme. What is the theme? There's nothing your holiness cannot do. There's nothing my holiness cannot do. The purpose of today's exercises is to begin to instill in you a sense that you have dominion over all things because of what you are. In the frequent shorter applications, apply the idea in its original form unless a specific problem concerning you or someone else arises or comes to mind. In that event, use a more specific form in applying the idea to it. So we are going to spend 5 minutes. What you'll be repeating to yourself is, there's nothing my holiness cannot do. And then we'll be searching the mind without any distinctions of recognizing there's nothing your holiness cannot do around any situation that occurs or is happening in your life, and also any problems or struggles you see happening in the lives of someone else. There's nothing that your holiness cannot do. All right, so let's get started with the 5 minutes, starting now. And finishing up on that last thought. Whoops, I went about 30 seconds over. Just a reminder, there's nothing that your holiness cannot do. There's nothing that your holiness cannot do. Sending so much love, and I look forward to joining you tomorrow as we move into Lesson 39.